I can't hear you, man.
I ain't say nothing wrong.
Going live, baby. Going live. Keep the vibes going, Ron. Keep the vibes going. Going live, baby. Going live.
I just heard your feedback. Not sure if that was supposed to happen.
No, it wasn't. It came up. The live stream came up. Keep the music going, Ron. We setting up.
Let's get ready, man.
Let's do it. I need to fill out this sheet.
Microphone check. 1, 2.
Yes, sir.
What's up, Roman?
What's up, baby?
They saying it's season 4, man.
Season 4, baby.
I'm trying to
Fall
update my
season,
iPad,
man.
I'm trying to turn this game on right now, man.
Fall season, baby.
Loving the vibes, baby. Season 4.
Sign in, baby. What y'all talking about, man? There we go. There we go. The game is up. The game is up.
Hey, I'm loving it, Ron. Sound man special.
I've been had it, baby. I've been ready.
It ain't changed.
Nah, it's coming down. It's leaning my way. They about to
I
be
see it.
I'm gonna stay with it
This is
though.
the third year in a row Jags covered that first week. Remember last year they beat the Texans outright? Or no, Texans won outright in Jacksonville. I'm not sure.
Oh, I'm not even talking about that no more, brother.
Okay. All right. Hey, let me not spill any secrets. Then. I'm just
That's red on my sheet, man.
Okay. Ooh, sheet.
P wrote the word, so I can say the word. I can say the word on the ante up. Let me know, man.
No, I don't even know what was said.
I'm looking at your Jags Washington right here, man. Let's see what you wrote. I'm trying to see if I can get that.
Yeah. I feel like we can say that.
People getting offended these days, eh? I bet.
I'm ready, son.
We're just waiting on Keys.
Is Mike joining us?
Nah, just us 4.
What's up, baby?
Fill out the sheet.
I got you. I'm doing it right now. He's got the tiger fitted on. I don't cherish, I know that they come and go. I got boomerang bitches, they coming back. I go straight in the hole like a running back. Like a tree on my lumberjack. Different colors on me, I don't wanna make. But she sucking the I can't beef with you boys on the internet. Can't do business, cause nigga, you better rap.
You gotta get the DMCA on YouTube.
All right, let's get it in, Ron.
Let's go, fellas.
Yeah, it definitely shut shit down.
Somebody be like, who this? All right, I'm about to record. Woo! The boys are back in town. Let me tweet this out. Hold up. How y'all feeling, man?
Fired up.
Funny.
Mm.
Who the hell is this?
What?
That's the look this year. PEO, the glasses.
Man, I'm just trying to diversify the profile. You already know, man. Getting it in. Got a best bet. Feeling like a genius.
Okay. Snow the
All
color.
right.
The notification.
Say what?
All right. Fellas, give me your best week one look.
Everybody got the pod notes, though. I sent those out.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
If anybody needs those weekly against the spread notes. I put in the last year's total defense or offense, but I don't feel like that really matters. New year. Forget what you used to know. I'm tweeting this out right now. And let's get it started, gentlemen. We know a game about to come on. Doing the live now Thursdays. What's the Line podcast? Brought to you by anothergreatadventure.com. Season 4. All right, guys. Let's get it in. And we're back. Andy Hopkins Soldier presents What's the Line podcast, brought to you by anothergreatadventure.com. I'm your host, the meticulous Mark P. Got all my guys with me, the core 4. Back again, season 4. It's perfect, gentlemen. Rome, People's Champ, how you feeling this week, Rome? This season?
Ready to go. 2022 pro football. Let's get it underway, baby. We're going for over 65% this year. That's the goal, collectively as a group and individually. So let's get it done.
All right, let's get it done. Rome, over 57% last year, best bet. So I think he hit 60, though. I'm just trying to be I think he hit 60. So
at one point, I was over 60 and it came down towards us last week. So I got to finish strong, stay consistent this year.
All right, we got Papa Keese. Keese, how you feeling, man? How you doing today?
Oh, we feeling good. This season is a big season for the NEL boys. We definitely going coming in strong week 1.
Yeah, doing a lot of different things. If you all don't know, we'll get to that in a second, though. Soundman, fan, how you feeling today? How you feeling this season? We back.
I'm feeling good. I'm actually overjoyed, man. Like, football is here. It's been a long 8 months. Season 4 is upon us, man. Let's get it, man.
Football is definitely here. We ain't, y'all. I mean, I definitely think, we already Thursday night football. That's already been covered. If you all haven't listened. But yeah, once again, it's What's the Line podcast, brought to you by anothergreatadventure.com. And let's get right into the slate, gentlemen. Some games I'm going to go through quickly. Some games are going to get more in depth. This is your first time listening. We just go over all the games on the NFL slate, minus a couple. But we go over all those games, tell you our leans, our likes, our best bets, our teaser picks. All of us, collectively, over 60% the last few years. So we're going to continue to do that, continue to be great, and make you money. So let's get it started, gentlemen. First game on the board Sunday. The Falcons are at home, catching 5.5, plus 5.5 versus the Saints. Saints land 5.5. Rome, I'm gonna start with you. You're in A-Town. Tell me what you feel about this game. 5.5. Total is 44.5.
Yeah. So this year obviously is supposed to be a down year for the Falcons, or a better year than last year, but still not a playoff type of year. But I just want to talk about the line here at 5.5, and just kind of put it into perspective as to what that means in week 1 and what we saw last year, week 1, with lines like 5.5. So last year. Tennessee Titans at home, week 1, 5.5 against the Arizona Cardinals. Cardinals come in and we know what happened there. That was kind of the momentum driver and kind of what propelled them to get off to that fast start like they did. That line was 5.5. And that Cardinals team, if you remember last year, I was pretty low on that team. I was pretty low on them all the way up until about week 4. I had to buck the trend all the way until I was proven otherwise. So I was probably on the wrong side longer than I should have been with those Cardinals last year. They got off to a fast start. No one thought the Cardinals would even compete in that division last year. Remember that? Remember last year it was kind of Rams, Niners, Seahawks type of thing. Niners were supposedly coming back healthy. All that said, Cardinals handled business 5.5. Here go the Falcons, 5.5. Okay, so I think this is a Falcons team that's going to be obviously better on offense just with Kyle Pitts and Drake London, adding some extra, size and capabilities out there on the outside.
Right.
But then also, I think Arthur Smith is a little bit more, grounded in that position as a head coach now. He has 1 year under his belt. Last year was his first year. We obviously don't like betting with first-year coaches, but this is not a first-year coach anymore. So, catching 5.5 points at home in division. We talk about division games week 1, 68% against the spread going back to, don't quote me, going back some years. So, I'll stay with that trend as a guy who usually fades trends. I'll ride with this trend here. 68% dog at home week 1. Give me the Falcons plus 5.5.
All right. Looks like we got some lean agreement with Soundman. Talk to me, Soundman. You lean Falcons?
Yeah, I'm leaning Falcons here. I'm gonna be very transparent up front right here, right now. All right, week 1 for me. I really don't have much for a lot of these games, right? There's a huge lot of home guys that are dogs right now. Falcons are one of them. This lends to Rome's point he just made about these home dogs, but there's a ton of them in week 1. And particularly this week 1. I don't remember this many home dogs, but nonetheless, I really don't have too much. It's a division game. I have nothing for the Falcons. They are supposed to be a little bit better, but they still stink. I really don't know what we're getting from the Saints. I mean, the Saints are a very well-coached team, but this guy, Jameis, I don't know. Last time we seen him 30 for 30. 5.5. I'm really not going to trust the Saints too much here. So I'm just going to lean Falcons here. I really like their corner. I forgot his name, but, he's pretty tough.
AJ Terrell.
Terrell's very tough here. So, shut down one of these guys. Michael Thomas is out here barely going to play. Those guys, got to get your chemistry right. I'm going to lean Falcons here just because I don't got too much for week 1, man.
You're back in mid-season form, the way you talk.
I'm here, baby. I'm ready. All
right. Now, Sound Man, the fans fan. Papa Keys, tell me what you think about this game.
So it's definitely a lean either way for me. I kind of teeter. I had the Falcons in this game for a lot of the reasons that Rome already initially pointed to. It's a division game, and the home team, is a dog. Two teams that I'm not expecting either team to honestly be wanting to be laying an entire touchdown versus any team. But the more and more I thought about it, and more I just thought about what are my expectations for these two teams going into this year? And I don't see how the Falcons, I see how they're trying to put pieces in place, but they're definitely rebuilding. We're talking about a team who has a quarterback change and possibly, I think most would agree, a downgrade. But we were already counting Matt Ryan as like a lower tier quarterback.
Hey.
At 2021, 2022 Matt Ryan, we're talking, not MVP Matt Ryan by any stretch last year. That's not what we saw. Obviously, his weapons got depleted for other reasons. And they added a couple more weapons, but I don't think they really did enough to bolster their run game or really compete with what I'm assuming the Saints defense is still another elite unit in the league. There's still question marks with their offense. They got Michael Thomas back, but when I look at these two teams, I see more pluses in the Saints' favor, and I just don't see the Falcons going anywhere. Week 1, I lean with the Saints to cover, but I'm not putting too much into this game. This is I'm gonna be more evaluating these two teams to look for stuff than looking to play the side here.
For sure. Yeah, quickly, it's a lean with me with the Saints. I don't want to back the Falcons right now. A lot of new things going in. Deion Jones, I believe, is on the injured reserve to start the year. That's their star linebacker. So I just think it's gonna be tough. I'm not gonna bet on this team. I don't think I'm gonna bet on this game, but I may lean more towards the Saints, and I may become more of a like as I dive more into it. But right now, it's just a lean for me on the Saints. I don't got too much for this game. However, a game that I have a lot of stock into, we'll get to in a minute. Let me know. So there are two games right here. Which division dog would you rather catch the points with here on the road? We got the Steelers catching 6.5 at the Bengals, and we got the Patriots catching 3.5 at the Dolphins. I'm gonna start with me. Okay. I have a like and a best bet on the Patriots plus 3.5.
How did I already know this?
Not surprising.
So
go ahead, give us the Bill Belichick spill.
If you guys remember, about a week or so ago, I was just like, I got a best bet. I'm ready to go. So that was going to be on the Dolphins minus the 2 points, 2.5 points. I was feeling it. But then all of a sudden, it goes up to 3, and it goes up to 3.5. And now I'm just wondering, what has happened? What's happened so much that, this line has gone up? Has there been any key injuries? Has someone retired? Has, a coach, got fired? Anything like that? Nothing has happened. Nothing has happened at all. But when I watch this line, it's just gone up over a key number of 3. It's at 3.5 now. We all know how division dogs have been profitable, in week 1 over the past 10 or so years. So I'm going to ride that train. I haven't even mentioned Bill Belichick yet. But when you got all summer, all year to prepare for this team in week 1, and you just lost against them in week 1 last year, I think you come out prepared. The team has been there since Monday, getting acclimated to the humidity. And they're going to come out and prepare. And I think they're going to win this game outright, or they're definitely going to cover the 3.5. So best bet by me, I would rather catch the 3.5 with the Patriots than the 6.5 with the Steelers. Rome, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm actually on your side on that one. I was just yeah, I just think the Miami Dolphins are getting a little bit too expensive for a product that we haven't seen yet. And I think there should be, some caution there in terms of trying to back the Dolphins week 1. We obviously know Belichick will have those guys ready to go. We saw what we saw in preseason, right? And I think that's an overreaction in terms of what the Patriots were not able to do on offense. Matt Patricia calling plays. Somehow, some way, that'll be figured out with the guys in blue and navy blue this weekend, catching that 3.5. They'll be down there ready to go. And like I said, it just goes back to this Dolphins team that finds themselves right back into that playoff conversation in terms of pressure, which is the same conversation they had after, when Brian Flores was the head coach there. So this it's been a revolving door in terms of players and who's producing down there in South Florida. And I think the consistency with the guys in blue in New England coming down. This is the second year after they went and got that big free agency grab last year with the tight end, Hunter Henry, and the wide receiver, and then, Matt Judon, those type of additions. In year 2 of Bill Belichick's system, I think they'll be ready to go more so than they were week 1 of last year. Give me the Patriots plus 3.5 on the road.
All right, Sound Man, what do you think about this one? A fan's fan.
Kind of disappointed in you here, man. You always point out something about the AFC North and the divisional games and all of this type of stuff right here on the road, especially. And here you go. You got those guys, these Steelers catching 6.5. Rome said the word pressure. You would think these Bengals coming off a Super Bowl might have pressure. They just got announced they're about to get new facilities and all this shit, man. Like, we got to run it back. They're not even projected to win their division coming off the Super Bowl. So that sounds like they might have a lot of pressure. And here you go, having your arch rival, these Pittsburgh Steelers, coming into their home with all of this on their back. Steelers got house money to play with. Bengals are supposed to win this game. I'm going to ride with the Steelers. Again, I have nothing for neither one of these games because it's week 1. I have nothing for it. But out of the two, because I'm not fading these Patriots in Miami. Granted, they have been there since Monday, but
you're not fading them, or you're not playing them. What are you saying?
I'm not. Let me say this. I'm not feeling the Patriots in Miami for the week 1 simply because the Patriots always have an issue in Miami, and I'm not going to do that. I'm going to take the AFC North dog on the road that we constantly talked about for every season we've had, and if I had to pick between the two, I'm taking the Steelers in that instance. Give me them
Mitchell
Trubisky. And I do not like him. I do not like him at all. I guarantee you, I do. That's not my guy. But there's a lot of pressure on these guys' back, man. So
MVP Mitch.
Hey, before we throw the keys, I do actually have a play on that Dolphins-Patriots game. I know we're kind of brushing over it. The total's at 46. Give me the under on that. I've already played that, actually. So that's the real angle. And then, obviously, as you said, at 3.5. But I'm on the under 46 right there in division week 1.
All right, and to touch on what Soundman did, the entire AFC North under their current regime are all, profitable against the spread over 56%, as road dogs. The Steelers are 32-22-1 against the spread under Mike Tomlin as road dogs. Dolphins 8-3 against the spread, home fave the last 4 years, but new coach, new defensive coordinator. Keith, which one would you rather? Which division dog would you rather have it?
It's honestly an interesting question because I would say the simplest terms is I would rather back the Patriots, but I actually lean with the home team and the points in both situations. Funny enough, I was a little bit like leaning towards the Steelers initially, thinking about it, just very like brushing over analysis. But then I think it's more a play that I'm going to try to do throughout the season, which is like kind of fading the Bengals. Once the price gets too high, I feel like that Super Bowl run is definitely going to be, especially early in the season, going to play into the lines. But in this one in particular, I'm looking at it, and we look at just the last 3 meetings with these two teams. the Bengals have covered this 6.5 points, and in a couple of the games, pretty clearly. So when I look at it like that, and just the injuries on the outside that the Steelers are dealing with, new quarterback there as well. I guess I feel more comfortable back in the Patriots against the Dolphins. Is less points. They're getting less points, but it's really splitting hairs with me. I actually like the home team in both of these games.
All right, so there we go. Looks like we're a little split there. Rome and I would rather catch a 3.5 with the Pats. Soundman is saying no way, and Keith would rather lay the points in both instances. All right. Looks like so much kind of run around here, but Keith, it looks like you have a like on the 49ers land 7 against the Bears. Talk to me. Sunday afternoon.
Yes, sir. Sunday afternoon. I had to like something. Plant my flag in the ground somewhere, and I'm actually going to plant my flag in the ground that the Bears are going to suck this year. I don't think that's like a hot take by any stretch. I don't think that's a hot take by any stretch. And I think they're definitely going to suck early. They're hoping that they get some stuff going around later in the year. But I'm riding this 49ers. The only thing that's worrying me is the flat 7. It's always scary on the road as well. You're not really looking to beat a team's ass by more than that. It's like if you're already winning, you're going to win. So if they're not like looking like they're clearly covering in the third quarter, it's going to feel terrible, like a bad bet. But there's no way I'm going to do anything but not like teams playing against the Bears until they show me otherwise right now.
Okay, so I would, I just want to piggyback since we can knock 2 games out the way here. There's 2 teams, 2 lines that are going to be 7. You got the Bears at home catching a 7 against the 49ers, and then you also got the Jets catching a 7 at home against the Ravens. Which 7 would you rather catch? Would that be the Jets?
Give me the Jets all day.
Yeah, it would be the Jets for me too. I don't have a problem laying 7 on the road if it makes sense week 1, and oftentimes it doesn't. But in this instance, I think it does. You have all the things that would lead to thinking that it would be a good cover for a 49ers team here going on the road in week 1. You got Kyle Shanahan, the run game that's going to travel week 1. We know Trey Lance. We don't know we're getting with Trey Lance, but good thing we have a run game in the 49ers. And then you go on the flip side. We got first-year head coach in Chicago, still a young quarterback, first year in the system. Basically no proven targets on the outside to get the ball to. So I think we're catching the kind of a cheap 7 really here week 1 with the 49ers. And on the flip side, I think I'd rather catch 7 at home with the Jets just because of all the uncertainty what's going on in the backfield right now on and off the field with the Ravens. We know their defense will show up, but the Jets, we got Flacco. I think we get some consistency there. Whether it's good or bad, it's consistent. I don't think we're going to get too much craziness. I think it'll be pretty safe. So I don't mind catching 7 with the Jets.
Yeah, it's funny that you bring up, the uncertainty with Lance, because we're looking at 2 second-year quarterbacks. We've seen more out of Fields, and it's more of what we do not want to see coming in with Lance. When I know it's a very small sample size, and it wasn't particularly pretty. It was a little ugly. But when you look at what Lance did in a little bit of time that he got last week, he was pretty effective in terms of the overall offensive output. They didn't necessarily take a step back. So I think really when the 49ers decided that this is their guy, they're going to plant that flag as well. I don't know. Just looking at this game particularly, the quarterback situation, I'm not going to give it a positive to the Bears at all. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely in this case for me, I would rather catch the 7 with the Jets. We talked about the Ravens last year. I used to always point them out. Averett, you look at them, you throw at them. They gave up a lot of yards to, quarterbacks and pass catchers last season. The Ravens did. So I would definitely rather catch. They were 32nd in the league. They were the worst team in the league last season. So that's a lot to try to improve within, however many months. So I would rather catch that 7 with the Jets. As long as they can protect Flacco. So if that was the instance, I would do that. But Soundman, looks like you disagree.
I do disagree here. I wasn't ready for the 2-part question here, so I'll start with what I most believe in first. All right, I've seen this board. I think this is whatever MVP season Lamar had when it was week 1. It was like 50-something to whatever.
In Miami, 56-0.
I see something like this in East Rutherford here on Sunday. I think Lamar goes out here, all this contract talk, and I think he just torches these guys. Let me start by saying that. So I would love the 7 on the road. I actually do love it. I would play that. I'm gonna pull a rabbit out of Rome's hat here when he has a game and he says he doesn't like this side, but he likes to play. For some random reason, fan reason here for me. I really like the over in this Niners and Bears game. It's at 40.5. I feel like this is gonna be that dumb game on Sunday where teams are just like somehow scoring points. I feel like this might be one of those fun games, and you look up and it's like 35-31 or some stupid shit.
Young
like
dynamic quarterbacks, right?
I don't even know. Like, I really like the over here. I have nothing for the Niners -7. Obviously, you know, I love the NFC West, but I have nothing for that. No Kittle as well. But I can just see like a high scoring stupid game here. So I really like the over here. And I would take, you know, of the two, give me the Ravens -7 on the road.
All right, quickly wanted to note 49ers under head coach Kyle Shanahan, 8-8 against the spread as a roll fade, 1-4 against the spread opening games. We know they were laying 8, was it 8.5 last year, week 1? You know, I caught the 7.5, but you know, not all of us could get there to the book so early, right? So I cashed out, but that was a tough L. 1-4 opening games against the spread, the 49ers under Kyle Shanahan. All right. This game is the most interesting to me, at least with the line. Line hasn't moved. Eagles -4 at the Lions. Total of 48.5. Sound, man, I'm at you first. What do you think about this game? Your man, Dan Campbell, 11-6 against the spread as a head coach.
It's really fucking good, isn't it? Yet again, another home dog. I'm not trying to get
he might get that Saweetie soon. He keep doing that. You know what I mean? Testy.
He deserves it. I really don't want to get too caught up in the Hard Knocks. Personally, this is like the first year of Hard Knocks, though, that I did not like what I saw. Like, I don't think they might be worse than what they were last year, personally, and they only won 3 games. Like, I'm not even feeling what they did last year, but this game has been very weird. I've been talking to all my Eagles fans. I don't like the bravado and the hype that the Eagles are getting this year, 11-6, 12-5. Like, I don't see it. It might be NFC East bias, but I do not see it. But these Lions are at home, off the Hard Knocks, the Dan Campbells, man. Like, I'm leaning Lions here just because I don't want to believe in the Eagles hype, and I don't want to be like too sucked up into the Hard Knocks thing. So again, this is on my scale of I don't have too much for week 1, but gun to my head, I'm leaning Lions here to cover the 4 points.
Yeah, it's nearly a stay away from me. I think I have it as stay away on the sheet. Keith, what do you think about this game?
I'm not gonna lie. I put down a really strong like on the Bucks. People may have. Oh, we moved on to the Eagles game right now. My fault, man. I'm looking at the spread. That's my fault. Oh man, no way. I missed Sound Man soliloquy on Dan Campbell. I'll get it next week. But anyway, I got a like on the Eagles here, man. There's another flag I'm planting. I'm a big believer in this Eagles offense this year. And I actually don't hate the Lions this year. I'm kind of high on them, but I'm a big believer in the Eagles offense. I feel like they're getting slept on and they're getting priced right. Them picking up AJ Brown. I know a wide receiver doesn't really move the line, but people discount how much he actually moved the Titans offense. Having someone like that dynamic that literally is always going to win every one-on-one on the outside, it makes defenses adjust out. Derrick Henry was great before. I'm sure he's going to be, well, I'm not sure, but I know he has potential to be great after. But there is something to be said about his splits with playing with and without AJ Brown. And I think that's only going to be like, that's good. He's like one of them ones. They got one of them ones on the outside this year. A quarterback that, if you want to look at it, has an interesting career arc, just like a Josh Allen. Jalen Hurts, if you look at him and Josh Allen's career going into his 3rd year, you could say he played a little better than Josh Allen's 2nd year that he did last year, with not even a whole rookie season behind him. So this is just more a play on the Eagles. I'm running with them for a little while, just to until they prove me completely wrong.
No, to quickly piggyback on that, Keith, I definitely agree. Like, I feel like it's a stay away for me right now because there's just so much hype in both ways. But this definitely could be. You could just look up and just be like, oh yeah, they just beat these guys 37-8. Definitely a dynamic offense potentially. Ron, what do you think about this game?
I have nothing for this game.
I respect that. You know what game I have nothing for? I want to quickly see if it looks like it's another stay away. Panthers Browns. I got nothing for. I'm not betting on my team. Just wanted to throw that out there. Anybody got
I'm
anything?
riding with Baker.
Okay,
I didn't see a line on the. I didn't see a line on the sheet, but just like when I got my popcorn out, when that day comes, Sunday comes, and
It's a pick 'em. It's a pick 'em.
Yeah, I'm rooting for Baker. I'm rooting for Baker.
I'm not touching that one.
Yeah, me neither. I just wanted to quickly throw it out there. So shout out to them. Go get them, Baker.
Emotions
Go Panthers. All right, so we're talking about favorite teams here. Let's get into Soundman's favorite team. The Jaguars are catching 2.5 points. Washington Commanders are favored by 2.5 at home. Total of 44. Looks like a double like here. Keith, you want to start it off?
Yeah. I mean, like I love the commies here. That's
Is that what we're calling them?
Yes, that's exactly what we're calling them. Let's go, commies, man.
I mean, it has a little to do with the commies. In that the fact that I do think they're a better team than the Jaguars. More so the fact that I saw that the Jaguars are completely terrible against the NFC. Like they legit never win. So if I'm getting Washington to win by a field goal here, I'll take the points. But it's honestly knowing the Washington football team commies. I would look to see what the odds are just playing them with the money line because if you're going to play this game, they're definitely a team where it's like anything can happen. So them winning by 1 point would not surprise me either. Like stretching one out against the Jags and then it'll be their year. But I definitely not. I'm not betting with the Jaguars. I don't care. I'm not going to blame all of that last year on Urban Meyer. One man could not have been the reason for all of that. So until they show me otherwise. I'm
riding with you here as well. I think this is a potential best bet for me. Washington football team landed 2.5. This line moved from 4 down to 2.5. Nothing major on either side. Like I talked about with the Patriots game, no major injuries. I think Carson Wentz is getting a little underrated as far as like value, as far as like being a productive quarterback. I think he can go out here and beat this Jaguars team that gave him fits the last time he saw him, right? So I think that, sort of a revenge spot here as well for him. Doug Peterson, 4-1 against the spread in opening games. So I did want to point that out. But I think Washington football team definitely has some value here, especially when you think about the fact that Ron Rivera seat is definitely gotten hotter the last year or so. Yeah. And then the commies this year have 4 teams off of a mini bye. That means, they play Thursday and then play Sunday the following week. They play 4 teams off a mini bye after week 9. That's a true disadvantage. So they want to start to pick up these wins early. I think the -2.5 has some value here. So I like the Washington commies -2.5 versus the Jaguars. Ron, what you think?
Yeah, this is one of the few games I wouldn't mind laying, and it just really because it has no correlation with any real trends, any division trends, any of that really. And then, you kind of piggyback on what you just said there with the Ron Rivera hot seat situation going on there, fading a first-year coach coming out of Jacksonville this year on the road.
Super Bowl champion winning coach, though. Right?
Yeah, okay. Show me that in 2022 with Jacksonville Jaguars. I think Trevor Lawrence will be better this year, but like you said, I mean, we're going to have to see something from them before I think we can believe in them. I think we're talking about a Washington football team that really underachieved last year and a team that, how it is up there in that area in terms of like backing that team. The morale in the city is never usually crazy high on them, after 4 weeks. It's usually looking for the pessimistic out. But I think this year is one of those years they can't get off to one of those fast starts, specifically starting here. So laying the flat, the small 2.5 here at home, I'd lay it before I'd catch it with Jacksonville.
Yeah, they got something to play for sure.
Yeah,
baby.
All right, Sound Man, stay away from you, fan.
Absolutely.
Gotta respect. It looks like another stay away here as we're in the theme of favorite teams. The Raiders are catching 3 at the Chargers. Keith, looks like a stay away for you.
I mean, I'm gonna stay away because this is my nature, but it's honestly a like on the Chargers here. Everything we know about them, these are the games they win. They'll probably blow us out. It's week 1. Expectations are high, but they don't really have to prove it yet. So they're gonna make you think they're good. They'll probably blow out the Raiders week 1. Catch us again later in the season, though. We'll see. When stuff matters.
Yeah, I looks like Soundman says popcorn. I respect that, but Yeah, for me, I just lean with the Chargers -3. I was kind of on the Raiders at +3.5 at one point this offseason. However, when I started thinking about their offensive line in the past 4 to 5 years drafting, I just chose to not do that. So I'll just lean with the Chargers, dynamic quarterback, and hopefully they can get that defense a little together this year. Rome, what do you think about this game?
I don't have much for this game. I think if you want to play this game, I think the best angle, I know everybody's going to have their teasers and everything out there this week. I think the best angle would be teasing the over, just teasing this point total down. If you're going to tease this game, I think the over on the regular line is pretty good as well. But I would not tease, the Raiders up to 7. The only thing I would touch on this game would be the total.
All right, let's keep it moving, gentlemen. Let's see, anybody got Sound man. All right, we got the Giants at the Titans. Titans laying 5.5 at home. We know the Giants have been pretty good in this spot, road dog, over the past few years. Sound man, you got a like on the Titans. Talk to me.
Yeah, man. Not today. Not today for the Giants to be good in this spot, man. This is a pure fan here. Derrick Henry, welcome back, man. Come on, man. Just annihilate these guys at the crib, bro. They're not today. Not today for the Giants to cover this 5.5, man. Like, just score a touchdown. Let's see what this new offense is. Who do the Giants have, bro? Who do they have? Galladay is selling to block. I don't know who's catching passes for these guys. We're believing in Daniel Jones again. Like, they're saying how long until Tyrod gets in the damn game at this point. I don't know what's going on here. Like, I have nothing for the Giants. NFC bias, NFC East bias again, possibly, but bro, 5.5, just beat these guys. I don't see anything from the Giants that are telling me that they're gonna lose by less than a touchdown here. Like, this could be one of those again, like how you said you can look up and see the Eagles 38-6. I think this could be one of them games as well. Like, Titans are just gonna destroy the Giants here, and that's funny. Another NFC East blowout type of game here, but I love the Titans here, fan perspective.
All right, Keith, you're leaning the other way, it looks like.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely just a lean for me. I feel like the look ahead was 6.5. I feel like that was a lot of points. 5 still is a lot of points for a team that I'm ultimately downgrading on the year. I mean, I feel like most would be. You say it's funny that Soundman brings up, I guess, the Giants' weapons or lack thereof on the outside. I would take their wide receiver core over the Titans right now.
I would too.
Any day, especially when you consider the fact that their star rookie that they drafted to replace AJ Brown, who I just had a soliloquy about how he's so dominant, is a little banged up right now. Yes, Sterling Shepard is the easy target right now to get picked on. I mean, not Sterling Shepard, Kenny Galladay is like he's a sack of potatoes. Everybody's thinking that, but I mean, Kadarius Toney, again, small sample size. He left a lot of games early, but he's looking like a dynamic receiver. They drafted Wandale. Sterling Shepard is still there. Saquon Barkley in the back. I mean, I feel like they have weapons enough to definitely, like, if you're a Daniel Jones supporter, you're not going to use that as a reason why he may or may not turn out in New York. But just in terms of the game, I have a slight lean with the Giants. The way Soundman's talking though made me want to like it and put a little chicken on it. But honestly, that's crazy.
We can do that.
No, I don't want to do it. I don't want to.
Okay.
That was the Giants week 1. That's crazy. That's crazy. But I lean Giants. Just too many points for a Titans team that, like, I'm definitely not a believer in this offense. I think it's going to be a downgrade for a older Derrick Henry with like a metal plate in his foot.
Same thing with me. I lean Giants here. They're 13-9 against the spread as a road dog under Daniel Jones as a quarterback. Not too strongly about it, but I do feel like they have a lot of weapons in Brian Daboll, bringing in like the Wandale Robinson to kind of play that Cole Beasley role. I think they can, possibly keep this game close, 3-4 point game. So I just lean with the Giants, but not too strong on it. Rome, what do you think?
The only thing I like on this game, and when I say like, it means I'll be playing is the under. I think we'll get a heavy dose of Henry. And then, I mean, obviously the Giants are they're going to come out with a new offense, but the best way for them to get going is to have some type of, push from up front. I think that's what they've been lacking the past 2-3 years. They've been worse than the NFL in terms of offensive line. And, you bring in Brian Daboll. He's a guy who's going to want to establish the run early, run off the clock. You're going to get some running with Henry. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game here. So, I like the under. I haven't played it yet, but I do like the under in this one.
Do we believe in Saquon this year? Some guys want to know.
I think Dable's going to try to. So I mean, you got two premier running backs in this game.
When you say believe in him, what do you not believe? Like believe that he's healthy?
Well, I mean, really, it's never
healthy.
good. Well, you're healthy, but I mean, this is one game, the first game of the season, so I think he'll be good for this game, right? So I mean, that's a non-factor to me. I think the only thing here,
to me,
really,
the problem in New York was always that, I guess with Saquon specifically, is they kept trying to run him up the middle. Like they were trying to act like he was Derrick Henry at any level. Even when he was in college, he was never that. He was more of a get to the outside kind of guy. We keep talking about Brian Gable. I think he is smart enough to realize that, like not like the old regime. So I do think he will try to use them in different situations. You know, I mean, more in the maybe even in the slot. You know, things that we haven't seen from him literally since his rookie year. So, I mean, I think he's the most dynamic, probably the most dynamic weapon they have on offense, and I think a smarter coach will realize that and give him the ball.
Yeah, and I think the last thing to touch on for the under that I like is the fact that we have two, you know, premier running backs without a premier star quarterback on either side, and you know that often doesn't happen in pro football. So, I mean, when that does, you go with your best horse. Week one, they were going to be going with their two best horses. That's going to be on the ground. So. Giants, the way they're stuck in all these games is defense and basically not turning the ball over. That's how they were covering the spreads. They obviously weren't winning the games, but the reason they were able to cover the spreads is because the other team wasn't able to score that much. So the Giants can play keep away, and the Titans give us a heavy load of Henry. You know, this game stays under.
Yeah, Sam, man, just to quickly answer your question, the Saquon, I can't call him, man. I just take this shit week to week, brother. A couple games left on the board. Few Super Bowl champions. Packers laying 1 at the Vikings. Chiefs laying 6 at the Cardinals. Bucks laying 2.5 at the Cowboys. We don't necessarily have to compare and contrast, but out of those 3 games, which ones do you guys like the most? And then you know, who would you rather? Any totals out there as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, let me know, Ron.
Yeah, so I have a play on the total on the Chiefs-Cardinals game. I think that game's going over. I've already played it. I think the line's only going to go up. Obviously, two offenses that are going to look to score points, and I don't think Patrick Mahomes and that offense is going to miss much of a beat without Tyreek Hill. Totals, I want to say 54.5 right now. I got in at 54.5. So I look for that game to go over. And then in terms of that Packers-Vikings game, the only thing I will say about that game is that line stinks. It smells really fishy. I'm not rushing to the counter to play the Packers week 1 like that on the line. No. Nope.
That's fair. Keith, what do you think? Super Bowl champs, who you rather ride with, who you rather fade?
Wait, you messed me up with the Super Bowl chance. But
Packers are laying 1 at the Vikings, Chiefs laying 6 at the Cardinals, Bucks laying 2.5 at the Cowboys, all on the road.
Okay, yeah. Out of all those games, I definitely think about it's the highest, but I think I'd rather lay it with the Chiefs. I agree with Ron. I think the offense is not going to miss a beat. Dare I say maybe a little better than what we saw at times last year. They definitely got stagnated at times.
Sloppy. I think sloppy is a better word.
Yeah, they got sloppy and they looked a little flustered. Well, Patrick Mahomes, we're used to seeing him like be graceful in those situations. They looked like that, like every single play because the line was terrible. They used that Tyreek Hill money to make the line better. So I'm hoping. I mean, and finally, like we didn't know, but we didn't know what was going on with CH last year. We thought he was just like literally a bum. They let us know at the end of the season, like, oh, you know, I was kind of dealing with something. It's kind of whack for the people that drafted him.
What are we talking about there?
The running back for
Edwards-Helaire.
Making the point that we think he's going to be healthy this year. So like their running game was definitely a sore spot for them, which was like, a reason why like sometimes the offense looked how it looked. But basically, I'm riding with the Chiefs if I had to pick up one of these games. But I don't mind riding with the Bucks either here. But
what's that line right now?
2.5.
2.5.
Yeah, I don't know if that's going to stay there. It's been moving from. I mean, you can catch it at 2 at some books, 2.5 at other books. Yeah, I don't want to touch that.
The injuries that the Cowboys dealing with. I mean, like both teams dealing with injuries, especially with like their receivers and stuff. But I mean, I just take the Bucks like 2.5. The Cowboys.
I mean, week 1 last year, Bucks Cowboys.
Oh yeah. I definitely
Cowboys covered.
Cowboys covered that game. Sound man, Super Bowl champs. Who would you rather ride with, lay it with on the road?
So, just want to let you know, For all the Sound Man Hive people here, man, this is a dream's dream right here, man. I love every single underdog in this situation. I'll start by saying that one of them is the Sound Man special. As people have said, that line's been going crazy between Packers and Vikings here. I've liked the Vikings for weeks now. I already played them, and that's that on that.
We gotta already play them.
Yeah,
already
it's different.
played them.
It's different seasons for, and I don't have it at 1.5. So let's start there. Secondly,
But you got it.
I got it
Sound
at
like
3.
Plus 3?
3.
3.
Plus
So we're vibing.
3?
We're
He got
vibing.
His own sounds.
Did this a while ago. So
Okay,
anyway,
okay.
so that's that on that. Secondly, Cardinals Chiefs here. I'm really just going off the Chiefs. Just we know they notoriously weren't covering last year. 1 and 2, we know the Cardinals always start off strong here. So I do like the Cards plus 6 at the crib. Granted, you don't got your receiver out here. Who's here? Kyler, are you studying or you not? Who cares? Chiefs got a whole lot of new things on offense. Whatever. They didn't cover last year for most of the time. I'm gonna just still ride with that trend. I like the Cardinals plus 6 here at the crib. And lastly, I like the Cowboys plus 2.5. And I hate liking the Cowboys because obviously NFC's biased here, but I just think there's not enough talk for these Cowboys this year, which I like as well, because I fucking hate them. But I just feel like it's so much not talk going on with them that it's just like they might have this sneaky year. I think they'll still end up winning the division personally, because like I said, I don't believe in the Eagles. I said this earlier. I think they're still going to win the division at probably like 10-7 personally. Bucks, man, Tom Brady's over here, 45, having family vacations, wife issues. Godwin's like gonna be on like a play restriction. Like your tight end is gone. Like the offense is, we don't know what's going on with the offense. Like Brady was gone for a whole week and a half, so like the chemistry might not be there. They went on the road, I believe, last year. Like I said, the Cowboys covered last year, so it's like we're doing the same game all over again. Like the game started off really great. It was in the Bucks' favor, and the Cowboys came back. And I just feel like it's so much like no talk around the Cowboys this year that this is the type of game that they'll just. This is a Cowboys game to win right here. Like just shut everything up. So I like all 3 of those dogs here, but like I said, I played the Vikings already, so that's the one I feel the most confident in. I would probably go Cowboys second, sadly, and give me the Cardinals, like I said, plus 6, man.
All right.
Can I interest you in a growth anti fans fan chicken bet? I wanna get you on the record betting on the Cowboys against Brady for a chicken sandwich. Please.
That's so crazy, right? That's so crazy.
This would make history.
You bowed out early on the week 1 chicken bet, so I'm about out too. Man. I can't do it. I can't.
Now that we just discussed those 3 games, I don't know why, but I really just got a feel on how those 3 games are going to go and who's going to cover. I don't know. When you said that underdog parlay, it made sense. I think the only one that you really got wrong was the Chiefs. What are they laying? 6.5? What are they laying?
6. They land 6.
Yeah, that's weird. That's weird because the Cardinals were quote unquote good last year, right? So Chiefs laying 6 right out the gate. I think that's the one, huh?
They were all right.
Cardinals are great in the first 12 weeks. So
right, they were great in those first 12 weeks, starting with week 1. But they're catching 6 again this year. Last year they were catching 5.5. So the books aren't stupid on the same team. So that just kind of put that into perspective for me. Cardinals were catching 5.5 last year, week 1 against the Titans on the road. This year they're catching 6 against a Chief team with question marks on offense and defense. I think that's the one that covers. Cowboys cover because I think I'm down on the Bucks this year. Too many distractions. First year coach again in Todd Boyles. I don't care what you say. Same system, same offense, same guys. It's a new guy on the sideline. So I think Bucks go under this year, win total. I think it starts with week 1. Cowboys, obviously, with Dak not coming off whatever injury with the arm shit that he had going on last year. I can see Cowboys covering. We all agree on the Vikings. That line doesn't make sense at all. And then I think the Chiefs are the ones that cover that game. That's how I think those 3 games go.
Yeah, quickly from go ahead, Keith.
No, I just want to say before we move on from Sound Man, we can't let him get off the Cowboys are the unspoken like dark horse team. And like, come on now. Like,
I'm not saying they're the dark horse team. I'm saying nobody's really talking about they're gonna be this and that. Nobody's really saying that.
It's all Eagles talking.
It's all Eagles. It's all Eagles, bro.
I thought you meant like no one's talking about the Cowboys at all. Yeah, nobody's picking them because I feel like for
for sure. But
for
this
me,
is a Cowboys game.
It's pretty simple. Who I would rather lay it in. I would rather definitely catch the points with the Cowboys at home, night game. We know that the Bucks are just 7-10 against the spread as a roll fave since Brady's been there. And the Cowboys 8-2 against the spread as a home dog under Dak Prescott. And then I think what's really not being talked about is Micah Parsons. When you lose 2 offensive linemen, in the offseason, 2 to 3, the Bucks are going to have to challenge with that. But Micah Parsons is a generational player, and I think he's going to be able to get out to Brady. So I would rather catch the 2.5 there. But if we talking about laying it, give me the back-to-back MVP, man. Packers just a pick 'em basically -1 at the Vikings. New coach, first-time coach. I got to see it to believe it. Aaron Rodgers, or the Packers under Aaron Rodgers, 52-34 against the spread division games. 36-30 is a road fave. I'll take that back-to-back MVP who got something to prove because he lost his best receiver. That's usually when I want Aaron Rodgers. So I would rather lay that one. And if I had to catch points, I'd do it with the Cowboys. But before we get out of here, gentlemen, we'll get into best bets. But teaser picks. Let me see what you guys got for me.
I'm kind of ready.
Talk to me, Ron.
Yeah, I only have 2 teaser picks. So teasers are paying -120. If your teasers aren't paying more than -120, you don't need to be touching it. P, do you still have the -115? Is that what you're about to say?
I can get it anywhere, baby. You know me, I'm shopping.
You can find a 2-leg teaser at -115.
Oh yeah, I could. Yeah, for sure.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna give you 2 legs. Well, actually, I do have 3 legs. Jets up to 14.
All right.
Patriots, Dolphins total. Tease that up on the under. I want the under on that. It's at 46. So I'll take it at the key number of 52. And then also teasing the Vikings up to a touchdown. Those are 3.
All right. Sound man, you ready?
Yeah. Give me Raiders +9 and give me the Jags +8.5.
Why do I feel like you just threw that out there? Raiders?
Nope.
Nobody had any good film on the Raiders, but you like that.
I didn't have anything for it earlier. It was a popcorn game for me. I didn't get my shit
Okay.
off, but
Okay.
I believe the Raiders might win it. I think it's a push personally. It's -3 for Chargers. I think it's a push.
Yeah. Hey, just a quick question on the Chargers before we get to Keys on the best bets. Are the Chargers past that hump of can't
Come
win?
on, Ron. We moved past that. Come on, the game's
All
about
right,
to come on. Let's move
all right,
on.
all right.
Keys,
The
what you
game
got
is
for me?
on. The game is on.
We're getting 5 or 6 points on these teams.
6.
Okay, all right. So my first one, I'm gonna tease the 49ers down to -1. Basically money line. We needed them to win. And then we didn't necessarily touch on this game, but I'm also gonna tease the Broncos down to like a half a point, -half a point.
No, man.
Yeah, that's the Monday. Mike Curry's not having it. Mike Curry's not having it.
No, sorry, Mike, but I like that. I like
That's
that.
right.
For me, quickly, I'll take the Chiefs at a pick 'em. Cardinals, no Hopkins. Zach Ertz dealing with some injuries. O-line, I'm unsure of. So I'll take the Chiefs at a pick 'em. Andy Reid with a lot of time off. And I will also take the Patriots +9.5. And let's get out of here, gentlemen. Best bets.
Could have threw the Colts in there.
Week 1.
Week 1. There it is.
All right, man.
Boy, Stephon Diggs.
It was much better than last year's week 1. Felt natural.
Wasn't even an hour. That's all right, man.
Yeah, I'm trying to cut the time down, baby. Rome try to Chargers over the hump. Like,
Hold up, are they though?
No.
Gotta see how it plays out.
Gotta
man.
play
See what happens.
defense.
They're not covering this 3. Something says they're not covering this 3.
Bruh, it's gonna be 3.
They're Super Bowl favorites. It's just like they're up there on that Super Bowl list. They're just laying the flat 3 at home, week 1 in the division.
It's gonna be a push.